Alligator, Alcatraz. We are a people not desired. We need salvation from them. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. And that nation not desired, I'm talking about the biblical Hebrew Israelites, who consist of the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. And predominantly you have the Latinos, the Spanish-speaking tribes down there in the Alligator, Alcatraz. Or I should say down here, because I'm in Florida, of course, in Tampa. And these are also part of the curses as well. But before I proceed, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High Yahawah and His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI, who in the world ignorantly called Jesus. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Single honors to the elect. Peace and bless to the 1/3. And to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom. Left hand side, it says detainees at Florida's remote Everglades facility known as Alligator, Alcatraz report being given food with worms, lacking clean water to shower, and not receiving medicine. They say basic needs like proper food, hygiene, and health care are not being met at the detention center. And this is information I have brought out as well at camp, but I actually wanted to make a video now because some of the Republicans privately and some Democrats, or should I say Congress and Democrats, and some Republicans have finally made a visit there, paid a visit there, and did a walkthrough. And what they saw, I'm put it like this: I don't care what party you vote for, whether you vote Republican or Democrat. I'm talking to my people, so-called nigger Latinos, Native Americans, and confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. These are the same wings on the same bird. Always remember, the Democrats were the ones that were saying the South gonna rise again. They were the ones that had the Confederate flag. And the Republicans are the same ones who was fighting to keep those racist, murderous statues up. So it don't matter. They all are in cahoots of rulership and constantly keeping their foot, proverbially and literally, or knee on our necks as Hebrew Israelites, because they're ESAU, EDOM. The Lord said, what's that? Proverbs 16:4. It says, yea, the Lord created all things. The Lord created all things, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Even the wicked for the day of evil, and evil days are approaching us. Okay, just look at what's happening right now under a so-called civilized society, people. This is what's happening right now in a so-called civilized society. And a lot is gonna break out. This is not gonna just be a one-sided race war or one-sided war, period. Because you have so many people who are from the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American tribes of the Hebrew Israelites who are also part of the government, who are also part of the army, who are also part of the military. So it was going to be a major cluster, when the shit does hit the fan, and there will not be enough plumbers or toilet paper to clean it up. It's going to be a real nasty, hot, wet mess. And I'm doing it to be, the pun intended, because it's going to be bad here. It's going to be bad out here. It's going to get really bad out here. Okay. Now I'm going to read this precept really quick. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. It said, and into prisons. Now this is like a detention center, but it's really an internment camp in a sense, which is like a prison. All right. And this is just a steal I took from this Jake's TikTok. It said they built a prison in a swamp. This is modern day slavery. Facts. Like I said, in a so-called civilized society, hell, Esau saying that America was great when we was in captivity. And they think that's civil. Yeah, that's what we dealing with. But let's get to it. All right. Republicans and Democrats visited Alcatraz for the first time. Here's what they saw. I'm not gonna read the whole article. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. All right. Democrats on Saturday called for the closure of Alcatraz after touring the controversial pop-up tent immigration detention center that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis quickly assembled in the Everglades. Also, I think I saw a picture as well where they said that they spent $450 million on this detention center, and they said that someone said they got flooded out. I saw a picture. I meant to put it up, but yeah, this is where the money's going. Now, getting back to it. So at least 5 members of Congress and roughly 20 state legislators toured the detention center over the weekend, the first inspection by elected officials of the area since it opened about a week ago. All right, so let's just get straight to it. I don't want us to be here forever. Democratic lawmakers raised concerns about food quantity, drinking water, and high temperatures, with Republican Debbie Wasserman Schultz calling the facility an internment camp. Okay? And this is Debbie. This is old Debbie right here. Yep, this is Debbie. Right here. It says Debbie speaking to the reporters outside. So that's what they're talking about. Curly Sue right there. But her name is Debbie. All right. So they are essentially patented cages, wall-to-wall humans. 32 detainees per cage. Well, I guess they're taking a page out of their old book of bringing us over here in cargo slave ships. Not all of us was brought over here in cargo slave ships, because the vast majority of the slaves that came off the west coast of Africa landed in Hispaniola, which is known as Haiti and Dominican Republic today, and also over in Brazil. So there was already a lot of Jakes here in the continental USA. All right. Anyhow, another story. Democrats also said they thought they got a sanitized version of the center and complained they were not allowed. Listen here, they were not allowed to talk to detainees or enter the tents where people were living so that they could get a better look and understanding of the conditions. Nah, man, they hiding that shit. But this is the same game y'all play amongst each other. The Democrats and Republicans, I don't know if any of you know, there's a old cartoon called Spy vs. Spy. Just type in Spy vs. Spy and go into images on Google. This is exactly what Esau is doing all the time, right? Anyhow, it says GOP state senator Blaise Ngoglia, a DeSantis ally, defended the conditions as clean, air-conditioned, and well-kept, and said he laid down on one of the beds and thought it was comfortable. These motherfuckers be saying Esau will lie in your face, man. Man. He countered that lawmakers will be allowed to talk to detainees if they request a specific person by name at least 48 hours in advance under ICE rules. This is why I titled this Alligator Alcatraz. We are a people not desired. We need salvation from them. All of them, both sides, every side. Hell, even 2/3 don't want to be on A side. You know what I'm saying? They on the A side, we on the B side, we on the other side. We gonna be on that side. But all jokes aside, this is why, I say we need salvation. Ain't nobody coming to save us. Y'all, we really gotta be honest, man. Let's think about this. Who the hell is gonna be going down that Alligator Alley to go save our brothers and sisters? Look at this, y'all. It was another picture, but it's another picture that's further than this. If you look all the way out, you can literally see nothing but swamp touching the horizons. And the horizon is where the land and the skyline meet. You can see swamp as far as the skyline, y'all. There's no escaping that. Where you gonna go? We don't have them same instincts we had back in the 1700s when we were literally living in the swamps. Y'all, we were living in the swamps, y'all, for hundreds of years, y'all, for centuries. let's say over a century and some decades from Esau. I'm telling you, they train Blackwater at the swamps up there by North Carolina. Those swamps up there, yeah. Anyhow, let's get back to it, y'all. Forgive me. And before I do proceed, let me read this. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. Gather yourselves together. But I'm going to read it too. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come upon you. Okay, matter of fact, let me just read the third verse. Seek ye Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of Yahweh's anger. That's why we continue to go out and preach this word. This is not our rest. This is really a prison for us. And the spirit that we have, no other nation can endure go through what we go through. Despite what we've gone through, what Esau have done to us, we still walk around with our heads high. You can call it arrogance or whatever, but it's just something about our spirit that we just can't get rid of. Hell, Jake living in the goddamn hood with a $200 pair of shoes on. I'm not boasting it, not promoting it, but that's just something that's embedded inside of our spirit. Even in a poor state, we still want to have a royal mentality because we are a royal people. We just under curses, right? That's why the Lord talking about redemption and salvation. Look at the people that's so downtrodden. And I don't want to hear about no other heathen nations. When you're talking about the Arabs over there, and when you're talking about what's happened to the Muslim people, guess what? The leaders and the dukes of the leaders, the heads of their nations, they all benefited from our captivity. All right. Ishmael always had us. Ishmael been selling us since going back to Joseph's time. Arabs they've been stealing. They over there in Somalia right now. Over there in Djibouti, they stealing them kids. They taking them people and they shipping them up there by Libya, and they selling them. And them Edomites, they be over there rummaging through them kids, and it's nasty. And them folks see that and they turn a blind eye. Why? Because they want that money. Them Hamites are wicked. Remember, they sold us. So they do the same thing to their own people. Remember who their father is. Ham. Remember what Ham did when Noah was drinking. That's why they such a cursed people. Ever since Egypt fell, they've been such a cursed people. And the Lord said, you shall be a servant to your brothers. And hence, you have the richest continent on the earth, yet you are some of the poorest people next to Haiti on the freaking planet. I digress. Anyways, let's get back to it. That always going to be some little story in history. Anyways, it says the rhetoric does not match the reality. Okay? It is basically all political theater coming from the Democrats. What they're saying is pure bullshit. So the Democrats are like, this is inhumane. This is not good conditions. And the Republicans are like, this is BS. This is great. They're living their life in here. That's pretty much what they're saying. Oh, and also, I had a side note too, real quick. Oh, yeah, man. Them Hamites, man, they are destroying even the little culture that we have here. Quote unquote black culture. Y'all remember growing up, Jake? Remember Jack magazine? Remember Vibe magazine? Remember that? The Source magazine? We had those magazines. Remember Essence? All right. The Essence Festival is not the same anymore because them, as Tariq Nasheed called them, tethers. So in a sense, them damn, I call them heathens. Really, I call tethers just anyone who's not an Israelite is a tether to me. All right, especially you so-called, you melanated heathens who trying to cling on to our people, right? Y'all are really the reason why this shit keeps going on, because y'all undermine us when you come over here. So the Essence Festival is going as well because our spirit's not there. All right, but anyhow, let's keep going. That's not why we're here. That is not why we're here. All right. The visiting lawmakers were not allowed to bring phones, cameras, or any other electronic devices with them. And while members of Congress were permitted to bring staff, state lawmakers were not. So this is just a game of we have the power now. We'll let you come in, but you can't bring phones in. And you can talk to the detainees, but if you do, it has to be two days prior, 48 hours prior. It would need specific names. It's like it's all this fine print. All this fine print. All right. Anyways, it says it was similar. The facilities have been seen in emergency situations, and he was in military. Oh, hey, this is what they were saying. Oh, yeah. Republican State Senator Jay Collins, who's on the short list to be the next lieutenant governor of Florida and runs a nonprofit that does disaster relief, said it was similar to the facilities he has seen in emergency situations and when he was in the military. He noted there were backup generators and praised this setup as going above and beyond. So this motherfucker got the. So if it's similar to something that was in the military, that would be like having POWs in an internment camp. Hence, this is an act of war. Hence, I see why Tariq Nasheed and other people at FBA talking about reparations, which I know our reparations is going to be salvation, because it was an act of war on us. The government literally was making laws against us as a people. Think about it, y'all. The U.S. government was literally creating laws against us, mainly the tribe of Judah. Come on now. Nonetheless, this is one of several stops along the way for people who are detained by ICE as they go back to their country of origin, he said. So, once again, y'all, this is the path that a lot of us could possibly take who are part of the elect. Remember, Luke 21:12, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, deliver you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Because remember, DJ Trump just gave like total authorization to ICE. And these are not federal agents. ICE could be, you know how to have bounty hunters. It could be anybody who's ICE, man. And they can be doing any and everything to you, mistreating you, harassing you. We are beautiful people, so I can just imagine what our women going through. Their daughters, your nieces, your wives, your sisters. You know what I'm saying? You know they like to separate the women from the men and the children, man. Esau is wicked, bro. You know? So, and I also heard that I heard this from an Issachar at my job, that down in Texas, in Texas and New Mexico, right, where they having, the flood and having the relief, you had some immigrants who are not illegal that actually went there to help them in the natural disaster, and some of them got snatched up by ICE. Boy, even in the midst of, humanity, it's the Lord's judgment. Their children still, it had to been devastating. It had to been devastating what them children went through. But remember, they all were what? Edomite children that are missing now from Camp Mystic, which was a Christian camp. Like, come on, you can't just make all that. That's the Lord's work. Nonetheless, that happened to their kids, But Esau, man, you wicked, You are wicked. You are the wicked. So I'm not going to keep this, I'm not going to read too much more of this, keep this long, but they said there was so much ambiguity. Ambiguity meaning like there's more than one interpretation or something on under what authority people are being held here, and whether that this is a state facility or federal facility. That's a good question. He said, what we heard was very unclear. ICE is giving them the directions from A to Z. It's just a bunch of hoo-ha, bunch of runaround, bunch of bull crap. That's all they doing. And then they were talking about the Democrats want to sue them because they wouldn't allow them to do something. And Democrat State House Leader Fentrice Driscoll drew attention to how expensive she said the facility was to state in an interview, which is estimated to cost $450 million a year. It's not clear how much of the expenses will ultimately be reimbursed by the federal government, and an email to the state's emergency division inquiring was not immediately returned. And man, they just over here on some bullshit right now. But you know what it says? If Satan cast out Satan, shall they stand? Shall that kingdom stand? This is like in-house bickering. They fighting amongst each other. All we're supposed to do is sit back and eat our popcorn like MJ in the theaters. Rest in power. Nonetheless, we are talking about tents, metal bedding, and very thin mattresses and pillows, just said, adding that restrooms and showers were jail-like. But they spend $450 million a year just to keep it going. Oh man, that's wild. Salakia. So let's get back to it, man. I got a couple more precepts and I'm gonna close out. So this is Acts chapter 14, verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter to the kingdom of the Most High Yahawah. Now, looking at the situation, and like I said, you can look on the screen on the left. Even if you escape the facility, where you gonna go? Like I said, I wish I had the other picture. You can literally see the sky. You can see the horizon of the swamp and the sky touching. That's a lot of fucking land of just swamp. Like, what are you gonna do? We're gonna need a divine intervention. Nonetheless, I'm closing out with this. Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 1 through 5. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Yahawah, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear, even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save? Why dost thou shew me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling, which is robbing, and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. We see that all around us, but this is how we're talking. Oh Lord, how long we gonna have to go through this? We gonna see this? We gonna have to endure this? You know, because we want to go home. You know, we want Papa. You know, we want Abba to come get us up out of here. Should big brother big brother treating us wrong, and our mother is wisdom. You know how your brother is. Just use wisdom. Use me. I'm your mother. I'm here for you. Your father be home soon. That's like kind of what we're going through. And then it's kind of like, you know, and all of our big brother coming back. You know, you got older brother Esau, but our big brother coming back. YAHAWASHI. Yeah, man, that's how we think. Y'all could think about Star Wars and Harry Potter and all that bullshit. Well, that's how we think about the Bible, but this is real. Anyhow, Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 3. Why dost thou shew me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Hands down, wrong judgment proceedeth. But check me out. Behold, ye among the heathen, that's us, in regard, so don't disregard this, but behold, pay attention, and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. And we telling you right now, the Lord is going to work a work in his days. You may not believe it. That was Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 1 through 5, all right? So keep the faith alive. With that being said, I truly pray you was edified and fed. Stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Kwama Sha'Allah, Maflaba Ball, Shalom.